This is a Dyson V10 cordless vacuum cleaner. Crikey, the first of this form factor, and it feels weird thinking that these are probably getting on a bit now in 2023. This one is doing worse than most because it's coming for a little bit of troubleshooting. If we pull the trigger, that's not me, that is the machine. For some reason, the motor is not spinning. That is all I know so far. We're going to smash it open and see if we can fix that, or work out why it's done it at the very least. Let's have a look. Yes, hello, my vacuum cleaner and once expensive, now worthless Dyson chums. How are you today? Yeah, my initial thoughts are water, because this filter, I mean, it's not wet as such, but you know when something's not been washed 100% perfectly and then the telltale feel of it being put back in damp? I don't know, the guy said he's cleaned it all out, doesn't quite know how it could have happened, and I haven't got the heart to tell him that. I don't know, I think it's just had a damp filter put in, and that's why the motor isn't spinning. It's just seizing up a little bit and there's not enough torque to get it spun. Hopefully I'm correct, because we might be able to fix that. If I'm wrong, it is scrap. So we're going to start by removing the 3 screws. Yes, these old Victorian era Dysons had screws holding the battery on. Then we need to go deep into these 4 holes and then take out those 2 screws, and then we can split the body in half. With all of the screws out, we can now lift the 2 halves apart, and already that's not as horrible as I was perhaps hoping it would be. It certainly looks very clean. We'll take out these 2 screws here, which hold the cover on for the motor, and then I'll try and pop the 2 innocent little clips off of there in order to get the cover off. And then the plug will just push in from the front. Though again, it's in such good condition, this is a little bit worrying. Now the first thing that we should do is give the PCB a flipping good check, just in case anything's blown off or looks terrible, but no, all seems okay. So the next thing that I want to do is to take the motor out. So we'll pull that little cable there out, which is the sensor wire for the battery. Then, although I think I've got the wrong side bit in my driver, we need to switch to a T10 for these 2 screws. Unscrew. Dang it, no, you don't. What size? Gotta go into my little bits one now, folks. Oh dear. Problem with Dysons, you have to have so many Torx bits. There we go. What are you? You're too rusty to tell. That's no good, is it? I don't know what size this is. It's that side, look. Can you measure it? Yeah. Who knows? I can't remember. Comment down below. There we go. Oh, one off. Get away from any capacitors. And of course, one of them strips out. The next thing that we need to do after cracking off the head of the screw with these pliers, and then it undid perfectly fine, is to gently grip just the terminals of these wires and then bend them straight. That should then enable us, once we remove this, which is for the speed control, to slide the entire motor housing out of the vacuum, and then very carefully with this screwdriver just around the lip we can pull the entire motor out, and just see this, look. It doesn't really help us, I'll be honest. I was again hoping to see a rusty, horrible mess. Now I'm just going to have a poke around really and see if I can get something in it to move. I'm going to have to probably get a paper clip down in there and just see if I can flick the armature around, because I think it's seized up. I think something in there has caused it to jam and it just hasn't got the torque to spin itself. I hope so anyway. I'm probably causing it grievous bodily harm, but I don't know if I can make a deal on camera now. Oh, hang on. My paperclip's bending. It's quite difficult, but you can get a paperclip down there. And if you flick it just right, there you go. It is turning. The motor is turning, and obviously it's quite a forceful turn because it's skipping between two magnets. And you know what, let's just drop it a few times as well for luck. Maybe give it a happy tap with a hammer. And then all I can really think to do now is to put it back together and see if that fixes it. Yeah. Doesn't even really smell like it has been wet, so my initial suspicions of dampness are probably null and void. I think it is it's just done a Dyson. And when you're all back together, we can fit the filter and with trepidation realise that that's done absolutely nothing. It's going for longer. Whoa. Yeah, I don't know. Especially perplexed now. The guy said he got a new battery from Dyson and that didn't fix it. I can only assume it is the motor somehow, but I don't have any way to check short of giving the poor bloke a quote on a whole new, used main housing. That is such a pain in the bum, and unfortunately not something that we could fix. So you can't fix a V10 with a paperclip. I was hoping that could be the video title, but no, that didn't work. Sadly, the video title, just like the machine gunning V11 that we saw, is just another example of a way that these can kill themselves. Oh look, that's where the magnet must be for the filter, look, on your V10. Don't think I've ever put a paperclip to one of these before. Yeah, it's somewhere like that. There's definitely a magnet there. Does having a magnet on it fix it? No, it doesn't. So, until the next Dyson death video, but probably not this thing. However, there is more. Because after I finish filming that video, if you're still here after the end scene, yeah, I'd love to put a different motor in it, mate. It'd be really good if you could get hold of one. So, £25 delivered later, we have a working Dyson motor. And now we get to play the game of, will this working Dyson motor fix the problem in this? I'm very much sure it's not the battery. I'm fairly much sure it's not the trigger. So we start this video by, this part of the video by me forgetting to remove a screw somewhere. Dang it, I thought I'd gone through all of these. Well, you're there. I did all this off camera as well for the big reveal of pulling it apart, but nope. Alright, marvellous. Don't do any of that. That is very clean. Oh yeah, we need to get the tool. Oh, I left them in the car. I had to take all my tools away the weekend I've just had. Oh, and then with this off, we can pull away. Oh, actually, yeah, we pull away the cover, but we also need to pull out this PCB in a second. Oh, let's get you out of the way. Because yeah, this motor comes with the high-low PCB, which is pretty cool. We're going to put it on. We've got to take off the motor terminal screws, and again, the new motor came with it too as well. So the chewed up ones that we did earlier on in this video can have never happened, bruv. It is all utterly fine. You off. Then we got to flick the little wire back up, and then I think it should just... Oh, do we have to bend the pins? Oh, to get some pliers very carefully so you don't break that little sensor wire. Just tweak these straight, just at the ends, so they pass through. I'm probably blocking it completely. Look away now, electronics nerds. And that is our old motor. You know what, we're going to put all of that over there, because this is pretty clean. I'll be honest, probably cleaner than that is especially. Oh dear, really. It has seen some dirt. Oh, flipping things. But I don't think that's what's killed it. I think it's just done a Dyson, really. Who knows, maybe I should get somebody to cut this open and see what they're like inside. So, screw you down. Oh, I'm now going to button everything back up, really. And I'm going to come back to you before I pull the trigger for the first time. And to prove I'm not cheating as best I can, I've just come downstairs from getting this out of the airing cupboard, because as soon as I ordered the new motor and knew I was going away for the weekend, I chucked it straight in for an overnight soak, hot water with whatever washing powder liquid you choose. Literally leave it in there, fill it full of water, weigh it down with a plate, every so often give it a good old swish. I use the cleaning brushes that Tinko give out with their wet machines, but a baby bottle brush, scrub in there. It's all at the back as well. You want to get that as white as you can, because this is the pre and then that's the post. And I bunged it in the washing machine on a 60-degree 3-hour standard wash that my machine does, and it's lived in the airing cupboard for 4 days. Has that helped? Oh! Hey! Fixed completely. All because something in this motor has gone bad, which again, remember, we can flick it by hand, so it wasn't that. Who knows? I'll be honest, if that's happened to you, that was 25 quid for that motor, and all we needed was a Phillips screwdriver and this little, they're not marked. Why do I buy rubbish tools? This little Torx bit here, I think it's a T8 or a T6. Who knows? If you're working on Dysons, you need to buy yourself a nice set of multiple ones anyway, because the older ones are T20, T15. And I've seen T20, and then there's T10 and T8, and yeah, just buy a nice set. And buy security ones as well, because if you then ever find a shark in the bin, you can have a play. So yeah, another happy customer with his fixed Dyson. And yeah, another one in the series of how these Dysons can kill themselves. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this has helped you if you have needed a motor or a refurb, although watch another one of the videos in the Dyson playlist, because that's really what you need to take apart. And we covered none of it. So yeah, let me know if you've heard that sound before. And until the next time, I and some other dodgy Dyson will see you soon. Bye bye.